Kyle, the Dead Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for One Piece episode 812. And this was kind of one of those episodes, honestly, where it's good, but there were moments that it was one of those episodes where it had good and bad pacing. Like there was moments where the pacing was good, others where it could have been better. Definitely, like I think the majority of the time, for me, that I ever thought there was bad pacing in it is whenever we cut to Brule and Chopper and Carrot and whatnot. But yeah, but anyway, so Luffy and Nami are basically prisoners of Big Mom pirates at this point, and in a way, you really have to appreciate the significance of what that means. Because it's not so much that it happened, but it's how it happened. Because in this case, it wasn't Big Mom that took Luffy down, but her subordinates, children, did. And this really makes you put into perspective the gap in power between Luffy and the power of Big Mom's at Big Mom's disposal. I mean, yeah, we could argue right night and day about how he was already tired from the previous encounters with Cracker and whatnot, and I'm sure that maybe Luffy would have lasted longer if he wasn't if he didn't have a previous encounter with Cracker. But we have to ask ourselves: would he still stand a chance against Big Mom, or would he even stand a chance against that entire army if of course he wasn't tired? Because to be honest with you, to be honest with you, this is one of those times where even if Luffy was basically at his maximum power, I still have doubts that he would have been able to survive, that he would have been able to survive that encounter, or at the very least, not, or at least not gotten captured. Because with the big Mom, with this whole thing, I think it's basically a simple fact that Luffy under. I think it was one of those things where at the moment Luffy stepped into Whole Cake Island, into Turtle Land, Whole Cake Island in general, he underestimated his opponent. I think with Luffy's mindset right now, I think it's very much at that stage where he thinks right now. I think Luffy's thinking that the Yonko are going to be any other enemy. It's going to be the same. He thinks it's going to be the same deal with like Crocodile, with that it was with Gecko Mori, that it was with Rablucci, all that. I think that's kind of in a way Luffy's mindset. But I think what Luffy really needs to take away from this particular little adventure on Whole Cake Island right now is that the Yonko are nothing compared to any of the other opponents Luffy has faced at this point. The Yonko are serious business, and they will fuck Luffy up if he's not on his A game. It will fuck Luffy up if he's not on his fucking A game. And this and I think that was proven just by the fact that Luffy was captured not even by Big Mom, but by her subordinates and children. So yeah, I don't think Luffy is even at the level of even trying to face Big Mom at this point, to be honest with you. And and also, apparently Judge hit a bit of a nerve in this episode, because it was later on in the episode. But when Big Mom, but because he mentioned to Big Mom in this episode that the only tribe not living on Whole Cake Island or Turtle Land in general is the Giants, and even though they did kind of drag it out near the end, I have a feeling that whatever the reason is behind that little detail of Giants not living on Whole Cake Island, I'm almost positive it has to do with Lola, because the preview teases heavily of a falling out between Lola and her family, so it wouldn't surprise me. But considering that, but honestly, like, considering Big Mom has considering what we know of Big Mom so far, about how she's forcing the Vinsmoke family, about how she wants to get a hold of Vinsmoke's science by having Sanji marry Pudding, I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of those, if it was a situation where Big Mom had Lola signed up as had Lola set up in this in a very similar way, in the way that Sanji and Pudding are, and Lola probably ditched on that. So it, like, honestly, it really makes me wonder exactly how much Lola knew or even knows, or if she's just she's blissfully ignorant of the fact that I want to assume at this point that, like I said, this is all speculation. I don't know for sure, but considering and this is all based on the preview, so yeah. But yeah, if it's like that, I think we're gonna get, but whatever it is, we're gonna get full disclosure or majority disclosure, I think, in the next episode anyway. So yeah, but I guess that was the one minor blemish that they dragged out the whole introduction of Luffy and Big Mom or the transponders now, which I think I would have preferred more of that. But yeah. But yeah, whatever the reason is for giants not living on Whole Cake Island, I think Lola is responsible somehow. Yeah. And honestly, if you ever need any more proof of how depraved Big Mom is, go watch this episode, because just seeing her sick little hobby of Montoro collect people, animals, and just everything under the sun in books as part of a collection is just fucking twisted. I mean, just seeing her, just seeing that little image of, just seeing that little scene of her opening a book and having those I think it was a long-armed human or a long-legged human or something, having of the book open and seeing that long-legged human struggling. Like, what the fuck, Big Mom? You are twisted and depraved beyond all hell. Like, seriously. And Tamago, he really connected a lot of the dots in this episode of how deep Pedro's connection to Big Mom is, because and how he tried once already to steal her poneglyphs, yet even after being caught, he was set free. So I bet if I had to really take a guess as to what happened there, as to how Pedro escaped, I think it was more than likely that Big Mom offered him the same deal that she offered Jinbei with that Wheel of Death, and lost something. And if I had to guess what it is that he lost, I'd say it's part of his life force, because I know people are probably going to say, "Oh, he has his eye covered, so he probably lost his eye." Well, yes, but I think that's sort of Oda's. I think that's sort of of the classic One Piece misdirection. Like, we could, I mean, the argument would be probably his eye, but unfortunately, I think it is more. I think it is more kind of. I think it is more kind of in the vein that he probably did. That I don't think it was his eye that was lost. I think he probably rolled on like the light on one of those skulls or whatever the life force is for basically that Wheel of Death, and he probably lost a bit. Probably lost a good chunk of his life force is what happened. And Mont and as far as the way that it was Tamago talking about the whole thing in this episode, it really makes me wonder as to what Tamago and Pedro's history specifically is, because definitely the way Tamago was talking, he definitely talks like he and Pedro have a bit of history with each other. So if I think whatever Pedro and Brook do by next episode, I think it's gonna head into a battle of Pedro facing Tamago. And like, can I actually just take a moment and say that Pedro and Brook were basically the stars of this episode. Like, just seeing them sneaking around was already kind of enough of a good little. Was already pretty epic to begin with, but just seeing the level of respect that Brooke and Pedro have for each other, just by seeing the scene of basically them predicting each other's moves, of Brooke saying, "Pedro, I want to make Luffy king of the pirates. Would you be willing to be the sacrificial pawn in that case?" And Pedro readily agreed. Just seeing the level of respect that they have for each other. And can I just say that whole scene of them kind of mutually agreeing, that was just a total badass scene of just seeing them like, "Yo, we're badasses and we're gonna go in fighting." So I gotta give them props for that. Another thing that we see in this episode is we get introduced to another of Big Mom's crew. the Sweet General Smoothie. And honestly, I've read the manga, so I will say, unfortunately, we won't be seeing much more of her after this, but she did still have quite a very twisted impression, leave quite a very twisted impression, because what Smoothie did to that woman in this episode left me feeling a little disgusted. And whatever her power is, it seems to have a similar basis as Big Mom's power, except instead of searching souls, Smoothie extracts, I don't know, I want to say bodily fluid or something, and bodily fluid like sweat or something, and she bodily fluid like sweat, I want to imagine, or something like that, and she just turns it into some kind of drink or something, which is just, oh boy, it's the thing about these, like, the thing I've definitely noticed with the Big Mom pirates is that their powers are so basic, are so basic and are so basic and food related, yet at the same time so fucking twisted. Like, seriously, Big Mom pirates are insane. And but yeah, it's like, holy shit. I'm Big Mom, her whole pirate crew, everything about Big Mom is beyond fucking twisted. It's not even funny. It has me. A lot of the times it has me grossed out to the max. I'm just gonna say that right now. And but yeah, this episode was pretty was it was. But yeah, this episode as a whole, I'd say it was definitely one of those episodes where, again, it definitely gave a lot of teasing information, but because of the way it was handled, it definitely could have improved on a lot of things. Like, I think right off that one thing that definitely could have been cut out, honestly, is the is a lot of the scenes with Brooke and with Brooke, or not with Brooke, sorry, with Chopper and Carrot and Brule. Like, I think Toei's kind of using those particular scenes. Like, I think Toei's using stuff with Chopper Chopper and Carrot as their means of stretching out the material. That because I don't think there was any other stretching out, basically beyond the point where we did get that stuff, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's one of those, but it is one of those episodes where it was still good. It just it's still a good episode. It just had a lot of stretching out. Other than that, to be honest with you, but other than that, it was still good. And honestly, like, next episode, it seems like Brooke and Pedro are going to go in, and like I said, we're finally going to get the. Looks like we're finally going to get the backstory of what we're finally getting full all the details on what Lola's standing with her family is at this point. I have a feeling, like I said, based on, it's not going to be all that good. But yeah, guys, that's my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, or follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Death Knight of Anime, signing off. Later, guys.